Cowabunga, y'all. Captain Beardo here. Before we get into this video, I just wanted to say that this is actually probably going to be a video that I redo later on this year just because I really like this movie and it's probably going to be one I'm going to need to touch on multiple times. But it's also like looking at my footage, what I have and everything, I can do way better than how I had it, how I recorded it and everything. That's why I've been sitting on it, and I actually recorded this like 3, 4 months ago now, so it's been a while, but yeah, so sorry about the quality and stuff like that, but that's why I'm putting this video out there now so you guys can see my review of it, of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles Forever, and I can retouch on it later on. Maybe, I don't know, if I do a saga of Ninja Turtle movies where I go from the 90s movies all the way through to the newest Ninja Turtle movie, which is currently Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But there's a new one that comes out then that'll be tagged onto it, so might be revisited again in that series, or if I do like another one off of it. So as I was editing this video actually too, I think I'm gonna make it into a multiple parter because I do speak a lot on certain aspects of the movie, and it became more of a breakdown than an actual review. So, yeah, here's part one of, I don't know, three-parter, or however many parts this end up being. So, here you go.
Are you recording a video right
Yep.
now?
And damn it. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have had a lot of creations within the past years. As you can see with just my collection alone, I have a lot of various Leonardos and other Ninja Turtles that have come into existence. So Leonardo, what do you get when it's the 25th anniversary of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and your series is coming to a close? That's right. You get Turtles Forever! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles Forever, also known as TMNT, Turtles Forever, or just plain Turtles Forever. This movie came out on November 21st, 2009, as an ending to the 2003 series of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was also part of the 25th anniversary at that time. So that's why you have so many worlds of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles colliding into one. And if it's not colliding, you see it represented in some way from every incarnation up to this point, at least. Because we got so many more other incarnations since the 2009. Point in case, 2012, 2014, and the most recent rise of the TMNT that's currently going on right now. Now, before I get into actually reviewing this movie, I actually should probably go more into the history of the Turtles, or history of like the franchise up to this point, and give a disclaimer that this is probably not a movie. Like, if you want to get into Ninja Turtles, I don't think this is the movie to start you off with the franchise. You can, but a lot of it is going to be more nostalgia based, and it's going to go way over your head with some of the like things in the background and what's going on in the movie. Take for example, you can fairly well watch Avengers, Infinity War, or Endgame by themselves. You can totally do that. However, you will not get any attachment to Iron Man or anyone like that, even if you do know who they are if you have read a comic or two here and there. Because that was a book because Endgame and slash Infinity War were the end point to the everything that came before in the Infinity Saga. This movie, Turtles Forever, is the end point to everything that came before it. And it's supposed to be a good bookend to the 2003 series. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles got rebooted back in 2003 for 4Kids Entertainment and on Cartoon Network for a brief period of time. That series lasted up till season 5, ongoing with just the regular name of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This series was a lot darker than its previous ones, as in the 87 and the Next Mutation series. This one wanted to bring it back to its roots from the comic books, because the comic books actually took the ninja idea seriously, and they were more on the murder side and everything like that. So this kind of harkened back to the comics a little bit more, made it so much more darker. There's not killing in it, but still, you can obviously tell that almost every other episode was taken straight up from the comic book that it's based off of anyway. Then, as the 4Kids kept going on, the show kind of got switched from Cartoon Network to Magoozy, I believe it was, which was like a right after school Cartoon Network TV plot thing. And then it was transferred over to Foxbox, which I remember watching all the time on Foxbox. And then it was also transferred over to 4Kids to WB for like a brief period of time, I believe. And then it was eventually brought over to the 4Kids own television lineup channel. And there it went into it kind of did a soft reboot where, in order for the series to continue, it went to the future. And that's how we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Fast Forward, which took the 4 Turtles and Splinter to, I forget what year it is exactly, but it takes them way further into the future, and they have to deal with intergalactic mayhem coming on Earth, as in the future, from how they perceive it, aliens and humans coexist at this point. And that lasted for 2 seasons, which eventually led to go, we need to kind of get this back grounded, and it became Back to the Sewers, with which this movie, the Turtles are directly inspired by that drawing. It continues the drawing from it. But that Back to the Sewers series ended with Casey and April O'Neil getting married. And it was a really good ending to it. But with the 25th anniversary of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise fastly approaching, they then announced this movie to be the actual conclusion to the 2003 series, and kind of like be a really good movie. So with that, this movie, you can kind of see it take place immediately right after the events of Back to the Sewers, as all the 4 main turtles are drawn in the same style, everything like that. The New York that they're in is the same style. Really good artwork and everything like that. However, to bring it more close to how the 2000 series ran, like for the first few seasons, with this series, I noticed that they, instead of having the pupils in their eyes, they just made it plain white like they did originally. And in some scenes you can kind of see that they tried tinkering with the artwork of these 4 brothers to make them resemble more of how they were in the early days of the series. And then still kind of keeping it very much after Back to the Sewers, but a little bit of tinkering so that way it'd be a full-on conclusion to that series as a whole, with all 3 soft reboots or just all 8 seasons of that series. So that's where this story takes place, is right after that. Now we see, obviously, the other incarnations of the Turtles. We see the Mirage Turtles, which came out in '84, and the '87 Turtles reappear into this. The '87 series artwork is pretty much the same. The 4 Turtles look the exact same as they did in the Fred Wolf cartoon, which is amazing in my opinion. It's just great how they re-brought them back to life. And during this time, with how things were, it was just really good to see that incarnation back again. However, with how 4K's being placed New York, and I believe Fred Wolf cartoons was placed in California, or I did a little bit of research of this, but no matter what they did, 4Kids where they were placed, they were unable to get the voice actors from the original '87 series to reprise their roles for this movie. However, I do think that the voices that they got mimicked the characters very well. However, there are some points where you're like, that's not Leonardo's typical voice from the '87 series, or that's not Mikey's typical voice. However, they did really do a really good job. So they brought new voice actors for these characters, and then when they go back to Turtle Prime at the very end of the film, spoilers, but by the way, this is all going to be spoilers. That's why I say better watch more of like the 2003 series to know what's actually happening with this movie. But anyway, the Mirage Turtles, Turtle Prime, however you want to call them, I really like their artwork, and I like the voices that they gave them. However, it is a little bit off because they tried to make it resemble the comic book as they do, but they don't quite fit, especially now after the 2012 series, because I think the 2012 series represented the Mirage Turtles a little bit better, but for back then, the Mirage Turtles it was just really cool to see them back and to like hear them talk and things like that. Really good execution with each one of the series, which the 3 main brothers series being within this movie and making it work. They did a really good job with the voice acting and voice casting and everything like that. And they did keep the 2003 series voices all throughout, even through this whole movie, which is just incredible to me. And like I said, now that it's been some time, when we got the 2012 series and like other incarnations, you can't this movie is one of those that you kind of that you can compare to the other movies or the other depictions that we've seen now. But the characters designs I absolutely love, absolutely fit well within each other, and like the choices that they made very well work. Now, to start to go on, I do have note here that some of the voice actors for the 4 Turtles, Splinter, Shredder, and April O'Neil, are actually very much voice actors that you've probably heard before in some other movie, TV show, animation, etc. Like you got Jason Griffith, who played the 1984 Turtle of Leonardo, who also plays Sonic from Sonic X. Because as I found out that 4Kids likes to reuse their voice actors multiple times throughout multiple of their series, so a lot of these will be Sonic, Yu-Gi-Oh! That I say, Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, and so many other more like Cubics and those random things. But the ones I got here is also the 84 Raphael is Sean Skimmel. Skimmel? I can't pronounce that last name, but Sean, he plays Goku. Or he voices the dub version of Goku within Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Z Kai. I mean, Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Super. Anyway, he plays, and he's like the main voice actor of Goku, which I thought was amazing to like see him on here. And then for April O'Neil, I've noticed in the 2003 series, this is one I did not ever know until I looked it up. But the voice actor for April O'Neil in the 2003 series is Veronica Taylor, also known as Ash, the voice actress for Ash Ketchum within the Pokemon universe. Which is just amazing that they got all these voices to play different incarnations of the Turtles and their allies or villains. And they're all very well are known to be part of other animation style of shows and movies, which is really cool. Going into the actual movie itself, I jotted down that I absolutely love how they opened up the movie, having it pan around New York City as the 2003 series did throughout its run, even Back to the Sewers most of the time. They had visual cues and like a lot of musical cues pop up from the Back to the Sewers cartoon, which I thought was amazing how they did that. But the very beginning is the camera panning over, then all of a sudden you see a heist going on from the Purple Dragons. So immediately we get pushed into this 2003 series world with the Purple Dragons and like the continuation of that, and like we see what they're doing, how they're continuing after the events of the wedding and things that happened before within Back to the Sewers. And then we just see 4 turtles in shadows, and they jump off of the building to fight the Purple Dragons. And as they fight, every punch, every kick, every grunt that someone makes, it makes a TURTLES, eventually going into Turtles Forever logo, which I thought was really creative and awesome that they did that. And on top of that, with them jumping off of the roof as they did, it is very much like how every single incarnation pretty much tells the Turtles in the very first issue or episode is them jumping off from the rooftops and kicking butt. And I say that too because this movie actually ends perfectly well with the beginning and the end being a complete circle, because the end is the 4 turtles of the 84 turtles jumping from the rooftop in the very first issue, which I thought was amazing that they were able to begin like that and end it in the same similar way. And like I said, amazing musical cues throughout, all brought to you by 4Kids Entertainment and the actual original 2003 series and the Back to the Sewers series. Sadly, I did find out that nothing was reprised from the 87 series, as they could not get the rights to it, similar to how they couldn't get the rights to the voice actors coming back, so it's a major bummer. But they did use a lot of 4Kids musical instruments and bands to recreate some of the music, just especially for this movie, which I thought was really clever, because it pretty much everything, beat for beat, within music-wise, sounds just like how it should for this movie. So with like the voices and things like that, it sounds how it should for this movie. Thanks for watching part 1. Part 2 should be up tomorrow. And then if there's more parts, each part will come out each day until all the parts are out. And yeah, the reason why I'm breaking up it like this is just simply because it's a long video. And I need to be able to get this out there for you guys. And like I said too, I want to redo this eventually later on in maybe a smaller series, and I just don't want to have super long videos on this channel right now. So without further ado, feel the beard. Deuces.